Hey now, say now, you know I'm playing around. SHAM1016 with Breakthru TV. We breaking down everybody's enemy and all that. You hear me? Shit, SHAM1016 from South Central California. You want the coordinates, you feel me? 90th for Vermont, down to King, Vermont. So all up and down there, you feel me? From the 90s to the dark sides, but I was really born in Inglewood, but don't tell nobody that. You feel me? But yeah, all over really, from the east side to the west side, even up to North Long Beach, back down, like everywhere.
Oh, okay. So did you move a lot, or was that just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely moved a lot. Like I said, like off of 90 for Vermont, down to King. Shit, I done lived in so many hoods, you feel me? Like, from, like I said, went from the west side, moved to like North Long Beach, but I was still coming back and forth between there and then, you know, my old part, my own section, and then moved to the east side, like off of Imperial and shit like that, like everywhere. Even moved to Lancaster for a little bit, up to Fresno, you feel me? Like, and back down to Mid-City, so I be everywhere. But that's where I'm stationed at. Half my life been in South Central, majority of my life been in South Central. Feel me? Shit, really just in general, just knowing how to maneuver and maintain and really be you and, you know, get familiar with different people, different walks of life and shit like that. You feel me? You know, knowing how to walk in certain rooms and carry yourself and dealing with people from different backgrounds and knowing how to talk to them. So I know how to talk to me and you might not have nothing in common as far as going through some of the same shit in life, but I know how to relate to you and talk to you and shit like that. Same thing, I could go to a college campus and talk to them people there, you know what I'm saying? Like, just really being a well-rounded person and also just knowing what to look out for and really just being on your P's and Q's at all times, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from the eastier side of the west side, you feel me? So it's just like, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You can't turn nothing down and shit like that. And I'm glad, because at the end of the day, I was bussed out from, you know, like I said, South Central, Vernon, and Vermont was my bus stop, all the way to Brentwood. So it's just like that balance was crazy. So you start seeing shit and then hanging out with different people and shit like that. So I take that with me through whatever. Treat everybody with respect, you know what I'm saying, until otherwise it's shown. It definitely inspired me because it opened my ears to a lot of shit too. Like, I'm always open to new music and different types of music, you know what I'm saying? So I've never been scared to listen in on shit, and then that inspires it. You know, naturally that shit gonna inspire you to do different shit and experiment with different shit. I'm not gonna keep doing the same thing that you expect me to do. So just like I'm not gonna do or be interested in the same shit that a lot of people are interested in. Like, it's gonna be some versatile shit going on because of that, and I'm open enough to do that because I experienced different shit. You feel me? So that's the main thing I think that I took away from moving around a lot. You know, you can't put me in a box. You can't put me in one place.
Hey, okay, why you in my business? I had to let them niggas know.
Shit, I always played around with it just because my uncles was into the music and he really like put me on to different music as a kid. But like, you know, writing my own shit since I was a kid, but really taking it serious, probably I would say, 2018, what we in, 2021, so 2017, 2018 or something like that, really start, you know, putting the foot on the gas, and then really within this last year, really going in, you feel me, like really focusing in and pushing forward. So, you know, you get in what you put in, you feel me, you get out what you put in, and I've been noticing that now since I really been mashing, like, I've been getting a good reception, you know, so I would say within the last 3-4 years, I've been really like on it.
With this motherfucking pocket rocket so ballistic, I had to take
shit, it just kept coming around, you know, like that whole cliche, like if you love it, let it go, it come back, and that weird shit, you know what I'm saying? But I just kept getting like surrounded by people that do music, and they kept coming into my life, so it's just like it made sense for it to happen. And like I said, I always play with it, like I'll play with it, I'll put it down, and then somehow it come back. Or people be like, oh, you look like you rap, or you look like you an artist or a poet or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's their way of talking to me just to talk, or if it's that, but I just like, fuck it, let's just go, you know, might as well.
with them niggas that's known for tripping. I done took phase with killers that's known.
Shit, man. it wouldn't be what you expect, like, at all, just given, like, the type of music that I make. But, like, of course, Cash Money, Juvenile is a big one, for sure. Like, that Guerrilla Warfare CD, that was one of the first CDs I bought. Shit. Freddie Gibbs is a big one. But if we keeping it, like, growing up, Cash Money for sure. Nas for sure. Jay. A lot of R&B shit. A lot of Drew Hill. A lot of Tony. A lot of fucking Escape, 702, Pharrell, shit, man, Beanie Siegel, shit, I could keep going. Like, it's just a mix of a whole lot of shit, you feel me? But most of the time, it's just some player shit. Like I said, I grew up on R&B. Like, my pops would be blasting that shit, my mom would be blasting that shit. So, you know, naturally, I took to that. You know, the Bigs, the Pacs, Big L's, shit. A lot of people, bro. But I would say definitely Cash Money had a big part in it, just from the style, just from, you know, like, the whole look of it. You feel me? Like, that's why you sometimes you see me with the camel rag, the soldier rag and shit like that around my neck. Like, it comes from that. You know what I mean? Like, the golds and all that shit. You feel me? Yeah. So just, it's that influence, that whole Southern shit, really.
Lead a nigga shit quick if he don't wanna listen. I try to
like I said, Freddie Gibbs, that's one of my tops of all time already. And he's, like, relatively new to some people. I've been fucking with him since Cold Day in Hell, that mixtape. But I fuck with Mozzie. He, like, that's one of the people that'll make me like, oh, you gotta rap. You know what I'm saying? And the homies, really, like, people like Airplane James and my producers, like, you know, Corey G, TC, like, everybody in the camp really inspire each other. So I gotta say that. Shit. Who else? I would say, like, people like Kendrick and stuff. You know, that whole TDE camp, like, just watching them. I think for all of us, just in general, just watching them go from one point, because they, like, really the first people that we saw go from A to fucking Z. And we saw their whole progress. You feel me? So that was one of the big things, Nip. Without saying, like, even before his passing, I always wanted to model my career off of him because he made it possible. You know, it's one thing to see all these rap niggas, like, you know, on TV or on Instagram and shit like that doing their shit, but Nip I see him in the hood, like, you feel me? So, or I just see him around, I'm just like, oh, that shit is possible. Like, that nigga really, that Crenshaw tape and that Mailbox Money CD, like, I was driving a 9600 and that was the only thing that I had in that car, you feel me? So that Mailbox Money really put a battery in my back, especially that Crenshaw tape too, so Nip for sure. Shit, those are who I could think of right now.
Get hit 9 times cause you wanna make dumb decisions.
Everybody's enemy, so it's just me maneuvering as a young dude in the city, especially being, like, you know what I'm saying, black or whatever, like, whether you black or Latino, if you moving throughout the city, you're gonna have certain pressures and shit like that, but especially being black, like, you feel me, I got pressures of trying to make this bread, trying to get in the corporate world and shit like that, then avoiding, like, the temptations that's around me as far as getting to the money the other way, getting to the bag the other way, because that's the easy way. Like, I come from that, you feel me? Like, we'll talk off camera, but if you look, my family history, like, it's documented. So I'm just like, I'm trying to avoid that and shit like that, avoid that temptation, but still getting shut down in the corporate world when you're trying to go square, you feel me? So in that sense, in the corporate world, I'm an enemy in that. And then it's just like, I wrote this at the time where I was into some shit with some people, and it just made me think, like, bro, I went to USC, you feel me, like, was a whole college student, but I was catching phase and dealing with street shit, even while I'm in my whole master's program. So it just really, like, reinforced that nobody give a fuck about none of that. At the end of the day, like, I'm a nigga, you feel me? I'm gonna be looked at as a certain way, and I'm not turning nothing down. I'm not walking away from nothing, you feel me? So just because of my mindset, and maybe it's how I walk or whatever, but for some reason I got bang on me in my head, like on my forehead or something. Like, niggas be thinking, like, oh, you must be from somewhere. But it's like, yeah, I'm not turning nothing down. So in that aspect, that was like, I'm an enemy of that. So, and then as far as with the police, like, I done been in the back of, you know, police cars and shit like that for nothing. So I'm an enemy to them. So that's 3 ways. And then I'm dealing with bitches talking about you ain't shit or woo-de-woo, like, you feel me? So it's just like, I had all that shit going on, and that's just the everyday, you feel me? So I guess that really just made the most sense to me. Like, that's how I felt. So that's what I put into the music. And, you know, I think a lot of people could relate to that, especially if you come from where we come from, you know, whether you black or Latino or whatever. Like, shit, if you Asian from Long Beach, like, you feel me? Like, you know what that's like. But especially from my perspective, I had to speak from my perspective. So, first person perspective.
Witness 1016, just trying to live a square life. Jump fly.
Shit. You know what? I just thought it was a clear lane, you know? It was a perfect time to put that out, and it showed because the way it was received. I think a lot of that had to do with timing. You feel me? I'm not the one to capitalize off of what's going on in the media as far as with the police killings, but we know what's going on. So it's just like, I think that's another reason why people gravitated towards it. You feel me? Like, because we see what's going on. We see us getting killed, shit, by the dozens, you know what I'm saying, by the dubs and all that shit. So just dealing with that. And I think just that date, March 12th, was really like, oh, it's a clear open lane. I think it was me, Kaylon, for real, that dropped and shit like that, but it wasn't too many people that dropped. And to see my shit being in that conversation, I'm just like, okay, I'm here. I've arrived. Like, yeah, you see me, you feel me? So I think the timing was perfect for that.
Some good head that night, but these niggas be drunk up off their jealous.
Shit, it was a lot of stop and go, you know what I'm saying? Like, real life happened. You feel me? Especially like not only with me, it's like with my boy Corey G, who executive produced it and produced a lot of joints. Like, he got his own life going on, so it's just like a lot of scheduling shit. So I think that's about the only, you know, thing that really was putting a little hold on it. And then always feeling like it's not done. We could do this, or we need to tweak this, or we just need one more song, like shit like that. I think that was the only thing that really was pushing it back. But like I said, timing, it was for a reason. You feel me? Like, I don't think if we rushed it out and then just put it out as soon as we was done, one, it wouldn't have been the same project. It would have been like half of it. Then two, I don't think it would have been received well. I mean, it would have been received well, but I don't think it would have been like what it is now. It wouldn't have got me here. Like, you feel me? Like, just shit like that. So, you know, I think it took the time that it needed to take.
Let it blow like drug wars in Medellin. Rate a nigga when we draw that black and silver.
Like I said, I had the name, and really, when you already in that state of mind, anything that you making is gonna be reflective of that. So whether it's like Pro Style or Don't Wait Too Long or whatever, like, these are all experiences, firsthand or secondhand. You feel me? That I'm experiencing. So it's gonna go into the music, then it's gonna come together. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like Say Less, where I'm pulling up on, you know, I'm out of bounds, pulling up on bitches in their hood and feeling like all that type of shit. It all comes together because if you from here, not even if you from here, if you just a regular nigga that's just around in the street doing your shit, you gonna find something that you gonna relate to. I'm not out here trying to be like, I'm not being super street or none of that. It's just like a regular dude maneuvering throughout the city. You know, if you can't relate to that, I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? Like, whether you a street dude or if you a nerd, or if you a college dude, whatever. I know how to, like I said, we talked about it earlier, like moving around so much, I know how to speak to different people. You know what I'm saying? And talk to them at whatever level they at. I'm gonna meet you there. You know? So.
Just to go and play tough. I'd rather keep it player, be some pussy lay up.
Let Me Be for sure was one of the ones that like surprised me, just because, like we was talking about earlier, like the whole rap shit, like when you really rapping, I don't know how people really gonna take it. I just did me, I just did what was ever. But like, it's kind of backpacker, but at the same time it's still like I'm popping fly shit at the same time. But I didn't know how people was gonna take it. Really didn't care. I fucked with it. You feel me? But people really gravitated towards that, and like I said, it's like relatable. Like, I don't be bothering nobody. I don't be trying to fuck with nobody, press nobody or nothing. But it's just like, when it come my way, I don't turn it down. I'm not running from it. And then we finish it however you want to finish it. And it do get finished. And people relate to that. Like, I'm a chill dude, man. I'm a relaxed guy. I'm a good guy. But, you know, it come my way. And I think a lot of people could relate to that. And then a lot of girls, they like Say Less a lot. They, you know what that's about. Like, they fuck with it. So it's a good balance between them both. Let Me Be, Say Less, and Pro Style was one of the ones that, 4 Flat, I think, that's been the majority. People be mad at me because it's so short, but it's like, run that shit back. Run it back twice.
You done
gonna give you the artist answer. It changed every time I listen. But nah, Don't Wait Too Long was for sure one of my favorites. Was Bill, just because of the storytelling, for sure. The beat is crazy. Really setting that scene. Me playing with different flows. Like, that shit is like art to me. You feel me? Like, I'm writing a script. So I think artistically, that's one of my favorites. Internet Bangers for sure. Like, that's one of my ones. Oh yeah, that's one that everybody fuck with. But Internet Bangers, that's one of my favorites just because it put a lot of people on notice. And that was a little different for me. So I would say those two. And Blue Roses. You feel me? For the dead homies. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So, them, my personal favorites. Versatile. It's definitely a variation of shit that you're gonna get. You're gonna find something on that motherfucker that you like. Guarantee that, 100%. Like, there's no way you're not gonna listen to it and find at least one or two that you don't fuck with. It's impossible. Call it what you want, but you're gonna find something on there. So I think that's one of the biggest things. It's versatile. It's quality. It's top shelf. Like, it's no bullshit. There's no microwave in it. You feel me? Like, this shit took time, and you could tell that it took time. So definitely that. The quality, the variation is crazy, and you're gonna get what you're looking for. Definitely. Like, I started off rapping like with the storytelling and shit, and really like, I think just the whole creative writing aspect. I always liked stories. Like, my favorite subject in fucking school was like history, because it's all a story. You feel me? So it's just like, I always fucked with that. And listening to the older homies or my pops or my uncles, you feel me, like, talk about their war stories and shit like that, like they street stories and shit, or they penitentiary stories, like that shit always like blew my mind. You feel me? So I was just like, that was something I always gravitated towards too. So that's how I started rapping. So that shit was just natural. I pulled back on a lot of that storytelling shit, but with that, I was just like, I heard the beat, I'm like, yeah, today's the time to pull that motherfucker out the tuck. You feel me? So yeah, that was definitely one of the ones that made me do that. 2021, we still pushing Everybody's Enemy. Like, a lot of people, they put their shit out for like a month and then be done with it. Like, we really pushing this shit, pushing more content. You know, LA about to open back up, so I ain't really have a listening party. I didn't have a show. So I'm just like, I gotta do the show. You feel me? Still on some fly shit, you know, some you feel me, hard bottoms and all that eerie, like, little suit situation. Do some shit like that. More merch is coming. That's booming right now. Shit, what else? I got another, I'm not doing a deluxe version of the CD, like, of the project, but I got a Chop Not Slop version coming out, you feel me, for my niggas in Texas, my family from Texas, so it's like, it was only right. So shout out DJ Kinley from Chop Stars and all that, so I just got that today. And then I got 2 more projects coming this year, like, I'm really, like, mashing, foot on the gas, like, coming back in June or July, you know, I already got the project name, merch already being thought about and designed and shit like that in my head, so you gonna see me a lot more. You gonna see me a lot more for sure. Like, I'm taking this year to be the year where it's just like, I'm stamping it like, yeah, we here. The supporters for sure. Just keep supporting, man. To everybody that support me, I appreciate y'all like 100%. I'm still getting used to it. You feel me? I'm still getting used to taking compliments on the music. Like, I'm so regular. Like, you feel me? Like, it start getting weird when your barber and like people around you start looking at you real different. Like, I'm still regular. Like, but I appreciate all the support. You feel me? And like, that shit is gonna take me a long way. Everybody that's paying full price on the merch, like, that merch ain't cheap, man. It ain't cheap. You feel me? But it's quality. You gonna get A1 quality, like the shit that you gonna get in the departments. You feel me? Like, or the boutiques or whatever. Like, I take that serious. So for everybody that's paying $80, $90 for the shorts, $90 for the tee, $110 for the hoodies and shit, like, I appreciate that. Like, that's all independent. All that shit is either my design or I creative directed that shit. So for me to see y'all fucking with that shit is huge. Everybody that's fucking with the music, posting that shit on their story, like, that shit is real life. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna keep this shit rolling, like, for real. Like, we ain't stopping. So, you know, just take this walk with me, take this ride with me, we going. You feel me?
So let me be, nigga, before I make you flick, nigga. So let me be, nigga, before I make you flee, nigga. So let me be, nigga, before I make you flee, nigga.